Marcus Mosiah Garvey Jr., the man known for his leadership in the Pan-African political movement and known by the title of prophet, had once said that a people without the knowledge of their past history, origin, and culture are like a tree without roots. Times change, people change, lifestyles change, but culture doesn't. To survive, you need roots. And so, once upon a time, Gangadhar had just enough money to bail his son out of the local police station. There was a melee of news reporters outside the station to get one picture of his son, one news bite, just anything newsworthy from the young man who had made headlines for the past 3 days. The police advised Gangadhar to ferry his son out using the back entrance of the station. It would be much safer for the boy, and there would be no commotion that the police would have to handle. Gangadhar took their advice and bundled his son into a waiting rickshaw. As they rode in silence, Gangadhar looked at his boy, Shrey. He did not look hurt, just unshaven and unkempt for the 2 days in the lockup. Did the police beat you up in the lockup? Gangadhar asked, his voice pitched higher to be heard above the din of the roaring rickshaw through the noisy streets. Shrey shook his head to indicate that they had not. Hariramji had asked them to look after me well, he said proudly. Gangadhar nodded and managed half a smile. He said nothing more till they got home, a small one-bedroom apartment in the insurance colony. Gangadhar had lost his wife when Shrey was still in school. Things that a mother would have done came to Gangadhar very easily. He had asked the sweet cooking lady who came home to cook his son's favorite meal, saag. After all, his son had been released from jail and deserved his favorite food. As the father and son sat at their meal, the television news filled their silences. The news reporter was announcing that Shrey Gangadhar Rao had been released from the police station on bail, and the women's NGO groups were up in arms. The news reporter then went across to the sister of the girl who had died. The girl was out with her boyfriend, enjoying a Valentine's Day celebration in a club, and not out in the open, when these hoodlums came into the club and molested her and a few other girls. After all, girls who went out with their boyfriends and wore skimpy dresses were a blot on the culture and deserved to be put in their place, right? The hoodlums did have the good sense to take a camera crew along with them to help them make a statement. The girl was caught being molested on camera. She could not deal with the shame of the video of a molestation going viral on the internet. She killed herself. The girl's sister was devastated. The news reporters tried to get a word out of her, but all she could do was sob. Gangadhar observed his son as he watched the news. He had no sense of remorse. He had molested a girl who had died, and here he sat eating his saag like it was business as usual. Gangadhar sighed. It was late at night, and Shrey woke up in cold sweat. He was having nightmares. He wanted water. His mouth was parched and dry. He turned the light on, but his vision seemed blurry. He was sure he could see his father in his room with a wooden staff in his hand. "It's the poison I put in your sag. You have 2 hours to live unless I take you to the hospital. Then there might be a chance that you might live." Shrey fell to the ground. His legs could no longer support him. "Why? Why are you doing this?" "You have killed a girl to save our culture. So I want you to answer some questions on our culture. If you answer all of them, I will take you to the hospital. If you don't, then you are just a hoodlum working for a schemy politician and you do not deserve to live." What scared Shrey was a look in his father's eyes. There was no anger. It was like when he used to tutor him at home, calm and patient. "You have lost your mind," screamed Shrey and went for the cell phone, but Gangadhar sprung up and smashed the staff on Shrey's hand. Shrey screamed and fell in agony on the ground once again. "No distractions, Shrey. We have to see how culturally aware you are." Shrey was breathing hard, his right hand surely a fracture. "Who wrote the poem?" "Keith Gobind." "Tell me." Gangadhar asked Shrey. Shrey only looked at his father. No idea what Keith Gobind was about. It was written by Jaidev. That a poem of love and celebration of love. Love between Radha and Krishna. Love and the celebration of it is a part of our culture, even before the West existed. Sad that the keeper of our culture does not know about it. "Take me to the hospital," Shrey hollered. What was the most celebrated work of Vatsayan? Any idea, Shrey? Gangadhar felt a tear roll down his face. Shrey shook his head. It was the Kama Sutra. Not a book about sex, but about the celebration of the human body and reaching the higher spiritual plane through sexuality. Shrey was finding it hard to breathe. Love and sex have been celebrated in our culture before people like me gave birth to sons like you, and then keep their mouths shut when they went out and molested girls. Gangadhar began to sob himself. What is the Konark temple known for? Who was the god who openly danced with the village girls? Who wrote Shakuntala? Who is the god of love in our culture? The answers never came. And Gangadhar watched Shrey die. In the early hours of the morning, Gangadhar went to the police station once again. The inspector was surprised to see him. Gangadhar said to him impassively, "Please arrest me. I have killed my son. He did his part to save our culture, and I did